I just wanted to give you a bit of background about Takaful Insurance of Africa, which is the first Islamic insurance license in Kenya. I know some of you are well aware about the banking industry, how the conventional bank are different from the Islamic bank. I'm not sure if we have the same level of knowledge when it comes to insurance. And I was discussing with a few of you in the audience, and they couldn't really tell me why an insurance company is not Sharia compliant. We know very well the prohibition of interest for bank, but when it comes to insurance, there was some ambiguity. So without really going into discussion about the fiqh, I can see we have an eminent scholar, but I wanted just to explain really the underlying reason why Islamic insurance is different from conventional insurance. So I think to understand this, it's very important first to understand how conventional insurance really works. In conventional insurance, basically you have two parties, the client, let's call it the insured, and the insurance company. So they both enter into a contract whereby the insured basically outsource or transfer his risk to an insurance company in exchange of premium. In fact, the word premium is the price you pay to the insurance company so to cover him or her for a number of risks that is mentioned in the policy. Now, if those risks materialize, if there is a loss, the insurance company is bound to pay. If there is no loss, the insurance company will keep the premium. So that contractual agreement has what we call in Islamic gharar, which is uncertainty. It can be almost assimilated to a gambling contract, so which is obviously prohibited in Islam. So that's the primary reason why conventional insurance unanimously by all scholars have said that it's not permitted in Islam. The second aspect is insurance companies are institutional investor. So most of the premium that they collect, they invest in a different instrument. I'll come to that, how this investment is being done. And some of them, they also invest in interest-bearing loan, which is also the second component of the business, which is also prohibited. So now that we understand roughly how conventional insurance work, how the Takaful model or the Islamic insurance model, how is that different? So basically, instead of, let's go back to the previous example, instead of outsourcing the risk transfer from an insured to an insurance company, it's a system based on mutualization. So basically, the client come together whereby they accept to insure themselves between themselves, and they then give the management of that pool to an operator. But the premium doesn't belong to the insurance company. So every client come, he pay his contribution. Instead of, we call it contribution instead of premium because there is no risk transfer. And then that contribution now is being managed by a company. That company collect the premium, pay the claims, and if there is any surplus remaining, each contributor is entitled to get a share of that surplus. So in a very short way, this is the model of the Takaful. That model has been applied within the Islamic finance from the early 60s. It has started in Sudan. It has started in the Gulf, in Saudi. So it's a very robust, tested model across the world. And Takaful Insurance of Africa came to an existence from 2011 to basically put in practice the model I've just described to you. So far, our experience then has been to basically service and add, the insurance is a key component of the financial ecosystem. So when the Islamic banking industry started in Kenya, there was a missing component so that, the whole ecosystem now is fully fledged Sharia compliance. So Takaful came into existence to really address that gap in the insurance offering. Another milestone that I wanted to mention also is that from the last 6 months, we have also merged with another Takaful company based in Djibouti that also operates in Somalia and Uganda, which is called Tamini Insurance. So we have welcomed since 6 months this new partner that gives us really knowledge, resource, capital, and it goes back to what the speaker was saying about sharing resources. So this is really the model that we operate. Basically, the company Takaful is managing on behalf of the participant a fund where the participant contribute. The company takes a fixed fees for the management services that they provide for the participant. And we have two separate funds, one for the participant and one for the shareholder. So that's the model we use. That is, it looks very complicated in the slide, but it's really what I've just mentioned to you in a very summarized way. Now, basically, as I said, Takaful started to basically bridge the gap for the Islamic finance as a whole so that we address the Sharia compliance of the insurance component. Today, we service a few industry. We service corporate institution. We also service the SME. We have also individual as well as bank, because especially for the bank, the ethical finance is always incomplete without having an ethical protection. So that's where the Islamic insurance play a key role. We are active in a different line of product, starting what we call general insurance, which is typically insurance covering your goods, whether your home, your property, your car, your business. We're also active in the medical. I think everyone understands what is medical insurance or health insurance. And we're also active in the pension. So Takaful has started the first Sharia compliance pension scheme in 2006. I think I'm speaking under the control of my Sharia board. So far, this scheme has performed very well. It had reached a total asset under management of more than 1 billion Kenya shilling now. So we are also active in the pension field. The logic has been always the same, to provide not only to the Muslim community, but with everyone with the proposal based on principle and guided by the principle of Sharia. Insurance industry rely heavily on reinsurance. So we also partner with a few reinsurance company that have developed what we call Takaful, which is the same model, but on the reinsurance side. We work with a number of them. As you can see, Africa Reinsurance Corporation with their Takaful window. So I think probably we'll have a session later on to discuss the challenge in details and answer all of your questions. But generally speaking, this is the initial heads up I wanted to give to you about Takaful Insurance of Africa being the first Islamic insurance in Kenya. Yes, so I think that's all. Thank you for your attention, and I remain available to answer all your questions in the next panel. Thank you.